Welcome back to another episode of 86. So in the previous and first episode of the series, we got everything set up, the world set up, and kind of like just the setup of Lena, who is our main character, I guess, becoming the handler of the 86 group, like one of the 86 groups that are known as the... Is it the group that's called the Undertaker, or is it just the leader? Either way, one of the most infamous groups in the 86th section who... they had some very bad news or bad rumors surrounding them, that they like led a lot of their handlers, they led them to insanity and stuff like that. So we're gonna see exactly what that's all about. But as I said, we kind of got introduced to the world. There's a lot of mysterious stuff happening, right? Obviously, there's 85 sections that are kind of like the upper sections, and then there's like the 86 section, which is, I think, a different race of people, and everyone's like treating them as garbage, as peasants. But Lena's like, well, maybe they're actually not that bad, and people are kind of like making fun of her a bit because of that. But like, she's a bit more sympathetic towards those people, right? And I guess we'll see how that's gonna serve her. I feel like that's gonna be a pretty negative thing for her in this kind of line of work, because obviously people, or I guess the 86th squadron or section, are kind of supposed to be used as like disposable tools, weapons, right? But she's obviously sympathetic towards them, so how is that going to prove to her? But on the other hand, it seems like this section, or this section that she's taken up right now is pretty good, pretty strong, and they don't seem to be, at least the main guy doesn't seem to be he seems to be pretty tough, so I don't think he's gonna be dying anytime soon, right? So maybe it's gonna prove good for her to be attached to him, right? Because they might be together for a long time. So yeah, I am excited to see where this goes. Obviously, there was also some mystery about like them talking about the enemy has like 2 years left, whatever that means. There was some stuff happening with the entire food, right? Which they said that they treat like food, like fresh food, natural food, especially like eggs, milk, and stuff like that. They treat it as kind of like a luxury or a rarity in this world, right? Meanwhile, we saw the 86th section just freely having chickens and stuff like that, so they have like those fresh resources. So it's a nice dichotomy between the worlds, right? But yeah, we haven't really seen much of the enemy or any of the enemy at all, so I'm excited to see more of this world. So without further ado, let's go into 86 episode 2.
はじめまして、ハンドラー1。こちらはスピアヘッド戦隊戦隊長。パーソナルネームアンダーテイカーです。ハンドラー交代の通達は承っています。本日よりよろしくお願いします。
I'm taking notes.
こちらこそよろしくお願いしますね、アンダーテイカー。
That's a powerful name. Interesting. So in 2050 is when the enemy shuts down, they said, right? Or something like that.
新しいハンドラーだよ。もう忘れたのか？
シネイ。
アルドリヒトのおっさん、ショータイムだな。何かじゃねえよ。なんでてめえは出撃のために機体ぶっ壊してくるんだよ。足回り弱えんだから無茶すんなって毎度毎度言ってんだろうが。
Weak legs.
替えの部品が底をついたってのに、次の補充まで修理できねえじゃねえか。九条の機体をファイドが回収していたはずですが。まあ、確かに奴の機体から部品は取れるけどよ。おめえはいいのかよ。死人出した機体の部品なんざ使われて。今更か。そうだったな、アンダーテイカー。最後におめえと同じ部隊にいて、九条は運が良かったな。他のプロセッサーの奴らも、お前に連れてってもらうんだもんな。
Kuja.
そういや、また担当のハンドラーが交代したそうじゃねえか。どんな調子だ？ああって、お前な。着任の挨拶のために同調してきて、以降も交流を持ちたいからと、毎日定時に連絡をしてくるそうです。共和国軍人には珍しいタイプですね。まっとうな人間ってやつか。そいつはさぞかし生きづらいだろうな、気の毒に。
Okay. May 29th, so a week later. So those names were all the people that died, I'm guessing, right? In the group.
これいじめじゃないからな。
真に告げ口しちゃダメだからね。それはイエスなの？それともノー？
散歩組確認聞こえる？
どうしたセオ？
予報が変わった。一雨来るよ。
Ooh.
まあジャミング機も出てるのか。ならもうレーダーはやられてるね。
こっちにはいつ
2時間後ぐらいだろうってさ。
了解、すぐ戻る。
今回も羊飼いはいないらしいから単純な力をしてくるだろうね。
羊だけか。カモ打ちだな。
Okay.
揃ったな。慶中。状況を説明する。直近の群れに後方から別の群れが合流している。おそらく補給だろう。終わり次第向かってくる。進路上のポイント304で待ち伏せ。メインストリートにキルゾーンを設定し、そこで敵部隊の大部分を仕留める。
I think I said this before in the previous episode, but I actually really like the CG in this. It's really good.
すでに展開済みです。より前進した地点のポイント304で迎撃します。
Going against the handler, huh? Okay.
来るぞ。
Very proactive of them. Oh. Legion. Okay, so we have the Republic versus the Legion. The Legion is the enemy. Okay.
まあほとんど甘いぜだけど簡単に潰せるけどうっとうしいのよね。グラウボルフか。
グラウボルフ。
さすがに真面目にやらないとこ。あいつほんと嫌い。レーベの手法こっちの倍以上の威力だからな。簡単にやられちゃうわね。
さて、そろそろだ。
I remember that. I don't need to write down every single detail, alright? Surely. All of the names of the units. I remember it. That sounds like a... It sounds like a Hiroki Sawano song. You guys did say that Hiroki Sawano is in this OST a lot. It sounds like a Mika Kobayashi Hiroki Sawano song. Black Dog. Dude, the OST, or not the OST, the OST is good as well, but the CG is so good, is what I was gonna say. Airstrike?
ハンドラー1、思考レーザーによるデータ送信は、こちらの位置が特定される恐れがあります。作戦中の指示は口頭のみにしてください。
Okay. I
次
see.
の観測機が出てきます。
Smart.
引き続き、位置の特定をお願いします。
はい。
今日はちょっと多いな、ハンダーテイカー。ガマ落ちなんだろ。楽しめばいい。確かに、思ったよりレーベが多い。遮蔽が限られる分厄介だ。さっさと削っておいた方がいいだろうな。簡単そうに言ってくれるね。レーベは受け持つ。その他の相手と指揮は任せた。了解だ。またアルドレシトのおっさんにどやされやな。
アンダーテイカー、一体何を。
Nice. Clean. Oh yeah, the bullet time. Sick. Nice. I can see why so many handlers would quit, man. If I were a handler of this guy and he just went in like this, my heart could not handle that. My heart would explode as well. Oh, man. He's awesome, though. Legion versus the Republic. I want to know how the actual city and or kingdom or whatever the Republic is laid out. Because it looks like the 86 section is like the outer section where the Legion comes in to attack. Spearhead.
ハンドラー1より戦隊各位、スコルピオンの長距離砲です。注意してください。観測機の推定位置を送信します。候補は3カ所、確認と制圧を。
ハンドラー1、思考レーザーによるデータ送信。
Ah, okay.
こちらの位置が特定される恐れがあります。作戦中の指示は口頭のみにしてください。
すみません。
次の観測機が出てきます。引き続き位置の特定をお願いします。
はい。
西暦2139年、今から9年前、我がサンマグノリア
War was declared on the Republic of San Magnolia by the neighboring empire of Gyat. Okay, Republic of San Magnolia is like this. Okay, it's like a circle. Okay.
王国は隣国のギアーデ帝国から宣戦布告を受け、奴らの自立式戦闘機械、
The Legion are the okay. Are there autonomous combat machines? Okay.
ギアーデ帝国はおそらくレギオンの暴走により4年前に滅びたと推定されており、そのことにより5万時間、およそ6年弱の寿命が設定されたレギオン前期は約2年後には完全に停止することができます。
Oh, thank you for the exposition.
よって新入隊員である諸君には終戦までの2年間という限られた時間ではありますが、しっかり責任を持って任務を全うしてもらいたいと願います。何しろ我が共和国が開発したジャガーノートはレギオンとは比べ物にならないほど優れた無人機でありまして、戦地に投入されてからはなんと一人の犠牲者も出していない。
Keep it together, Lena.
知っていないわけではありません。
Okay, so she's gonna obviously talk about 86 now, but okay, interesting. Okay, so obviously surface level seems pretty straightforward. You have autonomous or the enemy has autonomous machines. They had kind of like an AI uprising, if you will. They wiped out the city or the entire republic, if you will. The Gyat, right? They wiped out the entirety of Gyat, and now it's supposed to be only the autonomous machines, which only have a lifespan of about 2 more years, and then they're gonna shut down, right? Basically, Y2K situation. They're just gonna shut down after 2 more years. And on our side, obviously, they're saying that we have autonomous machines as well, the Juggernauts, but obviously, that means those autonomous machines are powered by 86th, right? Which they consider to be tools, basically. So for them, it is an autonomous machine. But the interesting part of this is how he looked at the military police, right? I'm pretty sure that was military police because he had the tag of MP, right? He was like, am I saying the right thing? So it feels like they're definitely covering up more to this entire story, right? I'm pretty sure it's not to be taken at surface level. That's cool. That's awesome. The mystery is building up. Let me write down some of the names. Giad, Republic has Juggernauts, Jugs, and then Giat has Legion. Okay.
本日は実際にジャガーノートを指揮管制している現役のハンドラーブラディレーナ・ミリーゼ少佐がお話ししたいとのことで。
これからお話しするのは共和国の本当の歴史です。9年前、我が共和国正規軍は開戦してから半月余りでレギオンの圧倒的武力の前にほぼ壊滅状態に陥りました。そこで共和国政府は2つの決断を下します。1つは85行政区内への全共和国民の避難。もう1つは戦時特別治安維持法の施行です。これは我々アルバと違い、髪と目が銀色でない人々の市民権を剥奪し、人間とみなさず、85行政区の外にある強制収容所に隔離、監視する法律です。それにより、これは皆さんも知っているでしょう。人がいないはずの区域は86区。そこに住む人々を86と呼ぶようになりました。
Okay, so it's outside of the city
こ
walls.
の85区までと86区を仕切る壁、要塞グランミュール建造の労役を課され、ジャガーノートに載せられます。
Grandmuir.
ジャガーノートには人間が載っています。ですが、載っているものが86が人間でないのだから、それは無人機だという理屈です。そして彼らは大量のレギオンに囲まれ、今日もまさに今この時も戦い続けています。毎朝流れるニュースは真実ではありません。確実に犠牲者は出ています。一度の戦闘で数十人の命が失われることも。
いやでもあいつら人ではないんですよね。進化に失敗した人型の豚だって。
彼らは人間です。私は日々彼らと共に戦っています。共に戦っているとのことですが、少佐は戦場に行かれたことはあります。一度だけですが。戦場には行きましたが、戦ったわけではありません。命を懸けて戦っているのは我々が市民権を剥奪した86と呼ばれる人々だけです。
困りますよ少佐。お願いしたじゃないですか。奴らの肩を持つようなことはしないでくださいと。
先生、我が共和国の国旗が示すものは何ですか？
何を？
自由と平等、博愛と正義と高潔。
それは人間に対してです。86は人間もどきです。誤った知識を教えてもらっては困ります。
Oh, well.
彼ら86は我々と変わらない10代の少年少女たちです。しかし、我々のように贅沢も娯楽も知らず、無邪気に笑うこともありません。彼らを孤独な存在にしてはいけません。その姿は見えなくても、耳を澄ませば名もなき戦士たちの声が聞こえるはずです。いくら離れていても、我々は同じ星を見ているのです。で、新人にそう言っちゃったの？
Ooh.
さすがに今度こそ処分食らっちゃう。
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that is a
ジェ
very
ロームおじさまからきちんと私の真意を伝えてもらうから。あんたって
a pretty reckless way to go about it.
守られてるわよね。今からでも共和国の愚かな過ちを正すためよ。はいはい。で、どうなの？噂のアンダーテイカーは。コミュニケーションはしっかりとってるわ。毎晩パラレイドで同調して。毎晩？何話してんの？いろいろよ。任務以外のプライベートな話も。離れていても心はちゃんと通じてるの。
I'm worried. I'm worried, man. Because obviously, like what she's saying is obviously like very much true, right? We can kind of like back it up easily, right? Because well, it's not really a hard ask to be like racism bad, right? So yeah, it's easy to back it up. I don't no, she's going about it in such a reckless way that it's kind of scary. Like, I guess I can ever so slightly compare it to Code Geass. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers in case you guys haven't seen it. I also haven't finished it. I only seen season 1. But like, if you compare it to like someone like Suzuku, who was in a similar position as her, well, Suzuku, I feel like, knew the dangers of it and kind of like kept quiet. I feel like the difference here, I guess, would be that she is already kind of like nobility, actual nobility. She was born into a noble position already, or I guess a high ranking position already. So maybe she has less fear for the repercussions because of that, right? And also she did say that she has people who will back her up here, right? Jerome or whatever. She said that he will back her up and stuff like that. So maybe she does feel like she has the safety net, but I'm worried, man. I'm worried if she's too outspoken about this that it's gonna have negative repercussions. And I feel like there are ways to go about this where you can kind of like, you need to make a plan before actually acting on it. And I feel like she's very much outspoken, but without an actual concrete plan how to change it, right?
入れ込むなんて言ったのに。抜群の統率力に、ちょっと無謀だけど大胆で確実な攻撃力。とても優秀な軍人よ。アンダーテイカーは言われているような恐ろしい人じゃないわ。レーナがそう思ってるだけでしょ。心拍数、高いよ。
Hmm.
これも、これも、これも。パラレイド、アクティベート。同調対象。スピアヘッド、プロセッサー。
Wait, what? Is that the end? No. Wait, is it? This is a banger. Oh, Sawa no Hiroyuki. Hell yeah. So that's after the fight. The same day.
2発外したか。やっぱりハンドガンいまいち苦手なんだよな。おっと、ファイトがカモを横に置いた。お前どう思う？ポイント208。
208. Yeah. But you went to 304.
あの地点から展開するなら最良の迎撃地点だ。
Okay.
優等生丸出しなとこはヘドが出るが、ただのお嬢ちゃんじゃなさそうだな。ライデン、次だよ。
Raiden?
おーし。でもま、どこまでついてこれるかな。
こら、来て。
Is the cat name's... Is the cat's name Kitty?
アンジュ、手伝うよ。
お願いね。
Also, is she the same
アンジュのケーキ配るよ。
race as the other people?
面白い？
The inlands?
他のことを考えてる間は意識しないでいられるから。
Is she part of the humans?
お疲れ様。いつも。
Anju.
お
Lamar. Nice.
せめて立ちなよ、可愛くないな。
戦隊各員、今よろしいですか？
お、記録更新1週間連続。問題ありません。ハンドラー1、今日はお疲れ様でした。
ええ、あなたたちもお疲れ様
One
です。
whole week.
なんだかとても楽しそうでしたが。
ただの時間つぶしです。お気になさらず。
そうですか。ところで、アンダーテイカー、今日は少しお小言があります。
何でしょうか。
紹介と戦闘の報告書、あなたがスピアヘッド戦隊に配属されてからのものを読もうとしたら、全部同じでした。
前線の様子など、そちらが知ってどうするのですか。無駄なことをしますね。
レギオンの戦術や編成傾向の分析は、私たちハンドラーの職務の一つです。どうせ読まれないから送られなかったのだということはわかりますし、それはこちらが悪いのですから怒りませんが、これからはきちんと作成してください。私は読みますから。
読み書きは苦手なんです。
まあ、強制収容所に学校なんてなかったからね。
ごめんなさい。
ま、苦手というか、面倒だろ。アンダーテイカー。
アンダーテイカー、
わかりました。
これまでのものも送ってください。全部。
ガンカメラの映像ファイルでいいですか。
ダメです。書いてください。
Giving him more work.
分析ができれば対策が取れます。精鋭のあなた方の戦闘記録ならなおさらに。全戦線の損耗率が下げられますし、それはあなた方にもそうなのですから、どうか協力してください。
わけえな。
いえ、同じぐらいですよ、皆さんと。従軍してもどれくらいになるのですか？
みんな4年目というところかな。
Fourth year. Okay.
アンダーテイカーは一番長くて、今5年目だ。
では、アンダーテイカーは任期満了まであと少しですね。退役して共和国市民に戻ったら何かやりたいことはありますか？行きたいところや見たいものとか。
さあ、考えたこともありませんね。
そうですか。でも今から考えておいてもいいかと思いますよ。何か思いつくかもしれませんし、きっと楽しいと思います。
そうかもしれませんね。
死にたくない。
That's it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, let me actually go back a little bit here. Oh, here we go. The perfect timing. I want to reread some of the things that they say here. Da-da-da-da-da. By the neighboring Empire of Giat. War was declared. Okay, so that's the propagated one. Let me hear the actual one. 9 years ago, the Republic's regular army was brought to the point of
開
collapse.
戦してから半月余りで、レギオンの圧倒的武力の前にほぼ壊滅状態に陥りました。
In just a little over 2 weeks, by Legion's overwhelming firepower, the Republic's
2
government
つの決断を下します。
made 2 decisions.
一つは85行政区内への全
So that happened 9 years ago. Okay. To withdraw all of its citizens into 85 administrative sectors.
もう一つは戦時特別治安維持法の施行
Peace
です。
Preservation Act.
これは我々アルバと違い、髪と目が銀色
Who did not from anyone who did not have silver hair and eyes like us, Alba. So I'm guessing Alba is the race of the people here. Or it could be the yeah, I'm guessing it's kind of like it is supposed to be a race of people, right? It's Alba. Now, silver hair and eyes like us, Alba. So even if you weren't an Alba but you had silver hair and eyes, were you permitted to stay in there? Because it says that they stripped away the rights from anyone who didn't have silver hair and eyes, but didn't say from anyone who isn't Alba, right? I do wonder if there is anyone who had silver hair and silver eyes but was not an Alba and was permitted to stay there. I don't know.
でない人
Okay.
々の市民権を剥奪し、人間とみなさず、85行政区の外にある強制収容所に隔離、
Yep.
監視する法律です。
Yep.
それにより、これは皆さんも知っているでしょう。人がいないはずの区域は86区。そこに住む人々をエイティシックスと呼ぶ
Yeah.
ように
Yeah.
なり
Yeah.
ました。
Yeah.
彼らはこの85区までと86区を仕切る壁、要塞グランミュール建造の労役を重ね、
Yep.
そして
Yup.
ジャガーノートには人間が乗っています。ですが、乗っているものが86が人間でないのだから、それは
Yeah, okay, I agree with all of, okay, I see all of those things. Let me see one extra thing
か
here.
ら宣戦布告を受け、ギアーデ帝国はおそらく列国か
Huh.
ら宣戦布告。
When?
西暦2139
9
年
years ago,
今
yeah.
から9年前、我がサンマグノリア共和国は隣国のギアーデ帝国から宣戦布告を受け、奴らの自立式戦闘機械レ
Yep.
ギオンによる侵攻が開始されました。しかし実際のところ、ギアーデ帝国はおそらくレギオンの暴走により4年前に
4 years ago,
滅び
yep.
たと推定されており、
I'm just trying to
そ
get
のこと
the
により
timeline
保
correct.
存時間およそ
Does the Legion, with their hard-coded lifespan of 50,000 hours or a little under 6 years,
弱の寿命が設定されたレギオン前期は約2年
will completely shut down within 2 years? Okay, that's one thing that I was wondering about because they started making Legions 9 years ago, so a lot of them already shut down, right? But the last ones that were made, supposedly, if this story is to be believed, was the last ones made were 4 years ago, so they're gonna last for maximum 2 more years, right? Okay. Now, an interesting thing that they talked about is Shin ended up joining the service 5 years ago. So before the actual Gyat fell, right? Before Gyat fell to Legion, he already joined the army here, or the squad, the 86th squadron. So I don't know if that means anything. Wait, actually, one thing that I wanted to check out here towards the very end is, does Anju have silver eyes as well? Because she has silver hair. Does she have silver eyes? Where was she? Where is she? No, she has blue eyes. I don't think she's an... What did they call her? Alba? I don't think she's that. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, anyways. Yeah. Fun exposition here. Really fun exposition. And as I said, I really like the fact that there's like a military police officer there, just kind of like making sure that everything is as it should be. Now, it could be that the only thing that he was trying to make sure was not necessarily that the teacher was sticking to a certain agenda, or how do I say this? I was thinking that when he was like the teacher was talking about this, that everything was like a cover up, but it could be some minor things that covering up, like what Lena said, right? Like just the things about the 86. I was wondering that if maybe the entire story is fabricated, right? And there's more to the entire mystery, but maybe it is only about the 86 that he was keeping quiet about, and everything else about the Empire of Gyat and the Legion and stuff like that. Maybe that actually is fully true. I was thinking, yeah, that maybe it's more wrong than or more fabricated than it was, but maybe not. Maybe not. I guess we'll find out, right? I'm gonna keep an eye out on that, right? Because it could for all we know, it could be very much fabricated, but we'll find out. But this is really fun episode. I love the exposition in this. I'm excited to see where what they're gonna do with the entire plot here. I think that what they're setting up, and I could be completely mistaken, but I think the entire thing with Lena having higher heart rate, was it supposed to mean like that she already like feels some kind of like, you know, she gets a higher heart rate when she talks about Sheen, as in, you know, having some kind of like, or already some kind of crush on him? I don't think so. I think it's, they spoke like what, twice or three? Actually, they spoke every single day for like 6 days or whatever at that point. So I guess, maybe, I don't know. That's just something that they said when she was talking about Sheen, the Undertaker. She had a higher heart rate than usual. So I guess we'll see what exactly that's gonna entail as we watch it. So yeah, and as I said, I do wonder what kind of repercussions the speaking out from Lena is gonna end up having on her, right? Because it feels very reckless, but as I said, it could be because she genuinely feels like she has a safety net, because she thinks she has people who are high up who actually like support her and will help her out if anything gets messy, right? So maybe that is it, but she definitely feels a bit naive, right? I guess we'll see. I guess we will see as we watch it. Maybe I'm gonna be proven wrong, and maybe she had a mastermind plan and everything's gonna go her way. But I guess we'll find out. But for now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.